I'm parting ways with this Tofu 2.0 that was my first big budget build that I used my first paycheck on. Despite how good it sounds, I sank 350 Canadian pesos into it, and it's only gathered dust. Why am I choosing to part ways with it? I hope that anyone that's looking to buy an expensive keyboard consider these factors first. This was my daily driver for a while, but the main difficulty was having to switch between my work laptop and my personal computer. As I work with both devices on the same desk, switching between laptops isn't too bad, but when I'm playing YouTube videos on my side monitor and need to search up some songs or podcasts to have in the back, I'm in constant need of switching devices back and forth. The Tofu 2.0, despite being a relatively new board, doesn't have an ability to switch from wireless receiver to cable connection. I'm at mercy of using the cable, which means if I want to use this while working, I'll either need to replug the cable or use another keyboard to do something as small as search something up or message a friend on my personal computer. I need to have a greater understanding of my actual use, as my KVM that switches between desktops also controls all of my USBs. Wireless should be a core feature for many people to at least be aware of while they buy keyboards, as when I bought and built this keyboard, I had fully expected there to be a wireless mode. This can be mitigated by having a wireless PCB, but the case itself does not have any switches, and a wireless PCB would mean needing to take out some keycaps to flip a switch. Don't go all in on a wired keyboard before you consider if you need to swap between devices quickly, or if you're fine with always having a wire on your desk. This board weighs way too much. One of the things I most look forward to about the keyboard quickly turned into something I regretted. This thing is hard to move around. This keyboard alone made trips to the office brutal, and it felt like I was carrying 2 laptops to work and my back was not happy. Okay, that's it. I don't particularly think the metal of this keyboard is the best thing I've ever heard also. It's certainly creamy and amazing sounding, but I've had other keyboards with similar sound profiles that are lighter. This takes me back to the time I purchased a heavy tank of a gaming laptop for my university studies, only to quickly regret the laptop being so heavy needing to carry it around to classes. Was it the best at gaming? Not even. COVID hit in my first year of school, and I was back on my desktop immediately, as having something dedicated to gaming and personal use was nicer than something that did 2 things okay. I used to think building keyboards was super cool, and in fact I still do, but as time passes, I realized how much I actually didn't want to open up my keyboards, hurt my fingers pulling switches in and out, as well as need to try a bunch of different switches and all to find my own preference. I realized I love quality tech, and I love having cool keyboards and different typing sounds and styles. But I think for this one in particular, I got infatuated with the idea of customizing my keyboard, which is actually a different flavor of consumerism. I didn't love hunching my back, hurting my neck lubing switches, and taking apart my keyboard over again to try different interior mods to get a different sound. At the time I was thinking if I did all those steps, I'd have the fanciest, coolest keyboard on the block. But being infatuated with sound, creaminess, super heavy quality cool metal case, I looked over the practicality of where I would be using the keyboard, and then it was just a heavy metal keyboard that gave a whole value that was much lower than I expected. I couldn't take it anywhere. I couldn't use it to swap from work to my desktop quickly. With that Hall effect, it wasn't the greatest for games, and without a numpad, it was not the keyboard I wanted on my work desk. Before you customize keyboards, just know, unless you love customization and you just prefer having something nice, useful, and usable out the box, then you will get a better value out of a pre-built than customizing your own keyboard. My keyboard does sound very nice, but not $350 nice if I'm not using it every day. I hope my friend gets more use out of it than I did, and I hope this video helped you to consider what you want in your next keyboard.